He was the son of America's most beloved TV dad. But most people had never heard of this Cosby kid until the day he lost his life. Unforgettable Hollywood tragedy number 6 is the murder of Ennis Cosby.
Ennis Cosby is another horrific tragedy, a celebrity name attached that makes us become aware of things that do happen all too often.
From 1984 to 1992, Bill Cosby played Dr. Cliff Huxtable on his groundbreaking sitcom, The Cosby Show.
Laughter does make you feel better.
The Cosby Show was so popular because it was a real family, and I still can relate to things that the teenage girls on the show were going through.
Away from the set, Bill Cosby was a devoted father of 5 who doted on his only son, Ennis.
Ennis, as a young man, had dyslexia, and he had to overcome that, but he was very, very intelligent.
5 years after The Cosby Show wrapped, Ennis was a doctoral candidate at Columbia University. He split time between New York and LA.
He was studying to become a teacher. He wanted to be a special education teacher.
Around 1 in the morning on January 16, 1997, Ennis was driving to visit aspiring screenwriter Stephanie Crane in Los Angeles. Just 10 minutes from her house, Ennis got a flat tire.
He pulled off the freeway. This is in a very kind of a dark pass above Los Angeles. He went over to the side road. He called the friend and said, "Look, my tire's flat. I need some help."
She offered to come down and illuminate the area because she was familiar with the location and she knew that it was dark.
As Ennis changed the tire, Stephanie remained in her car. Soon, she was startled by a rap at her door.
Suddenly, an individual showed up at her driver's window. He pounded on the window and demanded that she open the door. She became frightened. She stepped in the accelerator and left.
Moments later, the woman returned to the scene. She found Ennis Cosby in a pool of blood, shot once at close range in the temple.
Ennis died immediately.
Nobody knew what happened. Nobody knew what the motive was. It was a big mystery for a long time.
Crane was able to give only a sketchy description of the killer, a young white man in a light-colored cap. At Bill's urging, the National Enquirer posted a $100,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of his son's killer. A break in the case came when police received a phone call from a man claiming he knew the killer.
The suspect called a friend, and he basically told him that he shot Ennis, and he wanted to go back to the scene where he left the gun to recover the gun. His friend took him to the location, but he couldn't find the gun, so they left.
That same friend later led police to a wooded area where they found the murder weapon wrapped in a knit hat. On March 12, 1997, police arrested 19-year-old Ukrainian immigrant Mikhail Markasev.
Apparently, Markasev was doing well for a period of time in this country, had been in the country, I believe, about 10 years, and then basically got into gangs and started running, as they say, with the wrong crowd.
The trial began in September of '97. The prosecution presented a strong case.
They were able to link him to the crime via DNA evidence. They found this cap that had been used to wrap around the murder weapon. Inside the cap was hair, and inside the hair was DNA. The DNA matched Mikhail.
Even more damning were admissions written by the defendant himself.
In the letters, he says that Ennis was not moving fast enough for him, so he just shot him. Shot him in the head.
A jury of 6 men and 6 women deliberated less than 6 hours. On July 7, 1998, Markasev was convicted of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison plus 10 years with no opportunity for parole.
When you see someone like Mikhail showing absolutely no remorse for killing someone, I have to believe that something happened to him in his life that made him cold and hardened.
In 1997, Bill Cosby and his wife Camille launched a charity in their late son's name. The Hello Friend William Ennis Cosby Foundation focuses on the diagnosis and treatment of dyslexia in children, a cause Ennis was preparing to make his life's work.
He said, "You know, Dad, people are always talking about making a change in the world." He said, and the way they look at it is they see the world. He said, but if you can just change yourself and make a better person, you've made a change in the world. And that's the kind of philosophy he carried.
Ennis Cosby was just 27 years old at the time of his death.